blood coming from the nostril.
Yeah.
There are various factors that can lead to nose bleeding. One of them is a certain medical conditions that you may have. For example, hypertension. And as I said, hypertension is something that must always be taken care of. That is one. Two, there are other environmental factors such as changes in temperature. For example, extreme temperature, which is very hot or very cold, are most often very hot. So you find that when it is too hot, then the nose can nosebleed. Of course, we also have other factors such as injuries especially to the facial region, and then the nose.
Yes,
yes, that one can also lead to nose bleeding. So there must be a cause that can lead to nose bleeding. So that means if you look at the structure of the nose has its own blood supply, and that is where blood is coming from. Now, of importance to note is if the blood is coming from the nose and the ears and any other, for example, mouth, then that is a serious condition. We are talking about the head injury. But if it is the nose alone, then we could be looking at those factors that I've mentioned earlier.
Right.
So when it happens, most often what happens, blood will come out. It's very annoying, and I know someone will become anxious in terms of what's really happening.
Yeah.
So the most important thing to note is in any bleeding control is application of direct pressure.
There's also, I believe, something that you should also add, and many people, are fond of doing this, picking their noses.
Yes.
And so someone might, be amezoea kufanya hivyo, and then they realize that nose bleeding.
Yes.
Tell us how that happens. Someone probably just picking their nose, and they probably poked a part of their nose, and they start bleeding.
Yeah. And it's very common in children. Rarely will you see it in adult unless this is an adult who is very stressful.
Yeah.
Of course, yes, poking the nostril can affect, because as I said earlier on, there are many branches of blood network that is supplying the entire region with oxygenated blood. So if they are punctured, this network of blood vessel, if they are punctured, it will lead to nose bleeding. So again, for children, it's common occurrence because they like playing a lot. So you can find that when they're poking their nose, it can lead to nose bleeding. Sometimes someone could even be sleeping, okay? And yes, just at night or when they wake up in the morning, they find themselves nose bleeding. So again, we're also looking at what could be the underlying medical conditions behind it. If it is too cold, again, it can also lead to nose bleeding. Yes.
Right. So all those factors are constant.
Yes.
What is the first thing that you do when you